All right. Hello, Pedro.
Hi.
All right. Well, this is our third session, and we kind of talked about how you've had trouble adjusting to a big campus, and how you kind of miss your friends at home, and you had a really good group of friends at home. And I guess today we're just gonna. I think it's gonna be time we start addressing the situation. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna just put a couple of options on the table of what we can do to work on this. And, at any point, this is us working together. So at any point, if something doesn't seem interesting to you, or it sounds terrible, or whatever it is, just say so, and we can come up with something else. All right. So one of the things I was thinking as you kind of had trouble, getting out and interacting with other students on campus is this is just as simple as joining a club on campus, and we have a lot of clubs as far as I know. And I remember you mentioned you liked that you were into drawing, and there's a drawing club on campus, and I don't know if that's something you were interested in, but it's an option. What do you think about that?
Okay, sounds fun.
Really? Would you be interested in that?
I can, just check it out.
All right. Well, I think that definitely might be a good thing. It's not. It's just like a little group, and I think they meet on Wednesday. So if that's something you're interested in, then that would be a good thing to work on. So another thing is we have quite a few intramurals on campus, and I don't know if you were interested in that. What would you think about that?
What is that?
Usually they're like sports teams, and they have a couple different sports, and it's really casual. I think they have games like depending on the day for the different sports, and it's just kind of like fun where people can kind of get together and hang out, and just it's a great way to meet new people. So, would you be interested in that? Because
Yeah, I think that'd be
really
kind of fun. Just check out
yeah
what sports people like and just
yeah. And then another thing is I just here on campus, sports is definitely a big thing. You'll see, and a lot of people go and watch the football games and the basketball games, and just going to those, I think, might definitely be helpful in just kind of meeting other people and just getting out. What do you think about that? Going to just being active and watching the games and supporting the teams on campus. Does that sound interesting to you?
Yeah, I could
really?
leave my dorm.
Yeah.
And just go hang out. I guess.
Yeah.
That sounds like interesting.
It's just
fun.
it's a good thing to, you know. So and then another one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, I know that it's been really difficult just adjusting to college, not even just thinking about meeting people, but adjusting to the classes and adjusting to the different types of, I guess, I don't know, teaching styles and the levels of homework that you're not used to, and so on top of like meeting people is the classes. So I thought one way that we might be able to work on was just going to some of the study groups that's involved on campus. And so, I mean, what would you think about that?
Yeah, I think that sounds interesting. Maybe getting some help.
Yeah, because I don't know, it kind of works both ways though. Because I mean, I hear it's easy to meet people in the study groups because you're all working on one thing. You might have people in the same classes as you, and you might not, and it's just kind of a good way to help each other out, in your homework. Um, and then another thing is, do you ask questions very much in class?
Yeah, I guess when I don't get stuff, but like, can you explain it a little more? Sometimes.
So you do?
Sometimes.
Because well, if you do, that's great, because I think that's one way to keep up on your, I guess, classes, because it can be kind of easy to just not think about it and kind of put it aside if it's kind of stressing you out. But when you ask questions and you're kind of proactive and being involved with your professors in your classes, like I think that can be really helpful in staying on top of things. So, but it sounds like you're asking questions in class, and I just encourage you to do that, because kind of professors remember when you do that, and I think it is definitely helpful. So another thing is, I don't know if you would be interested in it, but I think it might be definitely helpful in helping you with classes is just not necessarily meeting all the time, though if you're interested in that, that could definitely be very helpful. But I encourage you to just maybe see what their office hours are and just meet with every one of your professors just once. And you don't have to talk about anything specific, but like just talking about introducing yourself, saying this subject really is really difficult for me. So just seeing what they expect and just letting them know who you are. Like, does that sound feasible?
Yeah, I could just. I mean, outside of the classroom, it seems like a more chill time.
Yeah, like definitely. It's just kind of, it's not anything, super strict or anything. It's just kind of a casual, just drop in and kind of get to know your professors a little bit and what they expect out of the class. And, like just them getting to know you, I think is definitely a good thing. So, do you have any questions about anything?
No, I think all of you have all the options or just things you brought up are helpful.
It sounds helpful. All right. Well, just to summarize everything, a couple of ways that just might help you get more involved in campus and meeting people is, joining the drawing club like we talked about, and participating in sporting events, like as small as that is. I think that might be helpful. And another thing is the intramurals, which if you're interested in that, I think that definitely as well might be helpful. And then, as far as academics goes and classes, which I know you've been having a little bit of trouble on, is just being a part of some of the study groups and the I guess asking questions in class, participating in class, I think would be helpful, as well as meeting with your professors and getting to know them a little bit. So everything sounds good to you?
Yeah, I think sounds doable.
All right. Well, in our next session, we'll check up on everything and see how everything's going. And it was good meeting with you today, Pedro.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello, Jimmy. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Okay, well, today's our third session, and I just wanted to kind of just get to know how this time between our last session has been, and you sound kind of it's going okay. So I guess we should just get started and see how it goes.
Okay.
Just all overall, I want you to know if you have any questions about anything that we're going over today, just please go ahead and ask. I want you to leave here with no doubts and just be clear on what we're working on, I guess. So I wanted to see if on this session it's okay with you now, since we previously talked about what the things that we're working on are, if we set some goals.
Okay.
And then some objectives of how to reach those goals, and if that's okay with you, we'll work on that. And I wanted to get your input and see if the ideas that I have of what could work are good, and if you are willing to commit to those ideas.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about how you're trying to get more socially involved, right? And that was still a big issue because your roommate's really not there sometimes, and there's been a little of issues with that. So I was, thinking about that, and I thought to myself that it was maybe that time of the college experience for you to get involved in things relating to the social aspect of college. So one of the things I thought would be important, and just overall it would help you with the social aspect, would be for you to get involved in extracurricular activities.
Okay.
And then some ways you could do that, and just have some ideas here, would be to, have you heard about any of the clubs on campus?
Not really.
Okay. Well, we can definitely check out a list of clubs and different times for meeting times that they have. If you're into drawing, or if you're into I don't know, art, any of that kind of stuff, music or singing, I'm pretty sure there are different clubs that have specifically spots where they meet and they do those things.
Okay.
But that seem interesting?
Yeah.
Okay. What about sports? Are you into sports at all?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, I encourage you at least to go check them out. It's something that you can get a laugh out of something, and just be involved with other people.
Yeah, like I'd be okay with like watching them. I just don't want to like play.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna have two options, and one of the options, I guess, or ideas I would put out for you was intramurals, and basically that's like playing with within the student body here, and you just get together and set up games.
Yeah.
So there's different sports. You don't have to play; you can just watch. But another key thing with that was going to our football games, going to our basketball games, just being in the college experience, being in the college environment with other peers, and just being there. So maybe those three things, joining a social club and going watching intramurals or getting involved if there's something you like, and overall joining the big sporting events. Those are ways we could get you to be involved in extracurricular activities. Does that sound something you could commit to?
Yeah, like I would like to go to like the games and stuff. I don't know if I like want to like join intramurals, but I would definitely like to like, yeah, I think watching like the football games would be fun.
Yeah, sounds like something we can commit to. Um, but like I also wanted to focus a little bit more on like your academics. You were talking about how classes were difficult and kind of overwhelming. So I wrote some ideas down, and maybe we could look into just overall your academic involvement and improvement. So one of the things that I thought would be helpful for you is I don't watch yet. I meant to ask you, do you ask questions in class?
Not really.
Not really. So we could say sometimes. Is that
well?
Or not really? Not.
I just maybe like once or twice.
Once or twice. Really. Well, it's not bad. I mean, you don't always have to ask questions, right? Yeah. But I was just thinking, for certain subjects that you don't understand what's going on, or if the professor is using language that you have no idea what he's saying, or he or she is saying, you could ask just probably some questions, clarifying questions. If you have any questions, just feel comfortable to do that. I would like to encourage you to do that. And also, have you heard about the study groups on campus?
I think I've heard something about them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think they're a great way to get involved and also work on the social aspect, but really work on the academic because there's a lot of students who really know what they're doing, and it would be just helpful to get somebody from your own age and just who's also a student on campus to get help from you, help you out on those subjects. So, it was probably a good idea to get involved in those.
Okay.
What do you think about asking questions and getting involved in groups?
Yeah, like asking questions sounds good. Like if that makes sense. Because I mean, I do have questions in class. I just don't really raise my hand. So I don't know. It sounds good.
Okay. So apart from the actual being in class and with the other peers, I was thinking if you could, or I don't know if you have already, but it would be a really good idea to just go and say hi to your professors, check out their office hours, and just be like, hey, can I stop by, or just drop in and say hi, how are you doing, and just explain to them like if something is really difficult or if you really like something, just go and tell them that share that with them because I think they value that and they'll see that you're interested, and then when you have questions, they'll know that you're actually interested in the subject.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So so like I said, those are the three things that could help you out and actually getting or improving your grades and just overall your academic experience here on campus. And being at a big university is kind of a different field than high school, so those are certainly things. So I just want to make sure you understand the goals and the objectives. So I'm going to go over them again. If you have any questions, just please let me know.
Okay.
So for a goal on the extracurricular or social aspect would be for you to be involved in extracurricular activities. And how you're willing and committing to do that is by checking out any social clubs that you might be interested in. Also, if you don't want to participate, you can go watch intramurals, and that's like on weekdays and whatnot. And also joining the big sporting events or just showing up and checking out the football games, basketball games. Do those three things seem like something you could commit to?
Yep.
Okay. And then also for the academic aspect or your academic involvement and improvement of academic experience, some of the ways you could do that would be to ask questions in class if you feel like you need or clarify anything, and then also come and check out the study groups led by other students, as well as go meet with your professors and ask any questions or share with them a little bit about who you are and why you're interested in the classes.
Okay.
Do those sound like something you could do?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I feel like we pretty much got two goals that we can, or specifically you can get working on. So if you're comfortable with them, we can just go on from here, and then next session we'll just review and see how you did and see what we can improve on.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.